youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host, my name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? It's me once again, Greg. We're joined by the man who is currently in a court battle fighting over Sasha Grey, over who is really the semen demon.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale. And also joining us is a woman who loves to hide her friend's dildos up her ass.
Hey everyone, it's Raven.
Remember, 30 Minutes of Mayhem is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. All you have to do is search MayhewMayhem, that's MayhewMayhem, and make sure to rate us 5 stars.
Also, you can help us afford to continue doing the show by donating to 30 Minutes of Mayhem via PayPal. Just use the email address in the description, 30minutesofmayhem@gmail.com.
Now, my biggest question is, I thought, well, it's not so much that I thought, but wouldn't you just hide your own? Why would you have to hide your friends as well?
I'm just a weird girl.
Do you go to people's houses and just like
I steal them and I hide them so they can't find them. Because I think it's funny.
You confiscate them out of their place via your ass.
And then I put them right back without telling them where it's been.
That's
Pretty fucked up, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. I love, one of my favorite things in the entire world is to watch compilations of news bloopers. Fucking news bloopers crack me up more than probably anything else. The other day I was watching a bunch of news bloopers, okay? And they had this blooper on there to where they were talking about a suspect that had been arrested. It was a female, and when the prison or whatever, they found a weapon in her. She had a pistol stuffed in her vag. That's not a place I would put a firearm.
Nope.
Right?
Storing a
I can't
gun.
imagine, like, anything of that design being stored up in there.
Well, I mean, a firearm. If it goes off, you're blowing your uterus away.
Well, yeah, I mean, depends obviously which way it's facing, but...
Well, I can't imagine that that it would be
It's
like...
facing the other way. You could be a cool, shooter. Shoot someone with your badge.
Every time you open up your legs, kapow! Kapow!
Yeah.
Fuck shooting ping pong balls across the room. You're shooting bullets.
He's like, you're
Do your
inviting
kegels, ladies.
you're inviting this dude over, and you're like, yeah. You open up your legs, just shoot him. Pow! It's kind of sucks. That's a way to go out. Be like, how'd you die? When I was about to bang.
Got shot by a vagina.
She shot my dick off.
She shot me with her vagina. I'd be like, wait, what?
So I was fucking this bitch, and she shot my dick off. Why didn't you stop her? I don't know. I was hitting a metal object inside there, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And all of a sudden, pow! And it turns out she had a gun stored in her vag, and it shot my dick off.
Oh, man.
So, speaking of vaginas and penises being shot off, you remember back in episode 22 how we talked about being caught masturbating or catching someone masturbating or being caught while having sex or catching someone while they have sex? And
Yeah, I remember.
Right, so the other day, I'm sitting there taking a shit, right? And I'm thinking about, for some reason, this particular topic while I'm sitting there dropping a deuce. And then I realized, you know what? I have technically been caught once, and I had completely forgot about it. So I want to talk about that.
Well, let's hear it then, man.
This ex of mine enjoyed watching pornography, and I deem myself a porn connoisseur. I think it's an art form when done correctly, or when done very poorly. Either way, it is an art form, it is brilliant, and it is... The only reason the internet is the way it is today is because of pornography. It's done nothing but shape the internet since its conception.
Did you know that in 1999 alone, the only thing that was searched online more than porn was Pokemon?
No, a lot of the laws that we have that are internet related stuff is because of porn. For instance, here's an example of you go to a porn site and it says, you know, like, are you over 18? And if you click no, they used to redirect you to Disney's website. They got the shit suit out of them for that, so Disney wasn't too happy. which I don't understand why they were offended, but whatever.
Right?
Right, free traffic. So this ex-girlfriend and I, we happen to be watching said porno, just naked watching this porn, and she starts pleasuring me, and I'm like, all right, like what we're going with here.
Giggity.
I'm thinking this is gonna lead somewhere, and then all of a sudden she's like, I'm tired, and I'm like, I'm really really close to being done here, so don't leave me hanging. And she just proceeds to roll over and go to bed. I was like, are we serious right now?
I'd cut a bit.
And she passed out relatively quick, and I was like, I refuse to get blue balls. I rolled myself off as to not, wake her. I finished what she had started. And as I was really wrapping things up, like really finishing what she had started, she happened to wake up, and then she wasn't very happy. She's like, what the fuck? And I was like, what do you mean, what the fuck? I say, what the fuck to you? You start all this, you get me nearly there, and then you stop. That doesn't work for guys. It's pretty fucking painful. So I decided to finish what you started, to say I slept on the floor that night. But I did not get blue balls. I could have simply got up and went to the bathroom and did it there, but I was like, you know what, I'm so close, like, why would I waste the time? So I was caught once, technically.
That was kind of rude, though. She didn't really have any right to be mad at you for that.
Really?
I feel the exact same way, but,
Should have stuck it in her butt
Damn.
while she rolled over. Just be like, oh, bam!
Nah, what I should have done was waited until, like, she got into, like, a deep sleep. I couldn't have waited that long. Just, rolled her to where she lay on her back and just jerked off on her face and then left her lay there.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Let it
do it on her face or something, but
make a
Did it ever cross your mind to, like, just be like, no, bitch? Like, not really force yourself, but, like, wake her up? Just be like, finish this shit right now. Do this.
I was in so much, like, I can't believe, like, it was, I guess you could say shock. I was like, what the fuck? Are we serious right now?
Are we serious right now?
Yeah, that was exactly, I was like,
I'd be like, no, you're not going to sleep till you take care of this problem right here.
I'm not that kind of person, but I'm like, I'm like, you got it all the way to that point, and I'm like, what? I'm not just gonna. Since then, I've changed, and now if that was, I'd be like, I'm like right there. I mean, you gotta finish what you started. You can't just leave a job undone. Finish what you started.
Can't leave me hanging.
Yeah, finish what you started. Don't leave a job undone. Don't be that person.
I would have put it in her butt. Like, did she like roll over to where like her back was to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
what a bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking spread them cheeks and whoop, right in. She'd be like, hey, what are you doing? I'd be like, you gotta finish this.
You're gonna finish this.
I thought that's why you rolled over.
Did you get drunk? You're gonna finish this.
It took good germs.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Scooted up to her back and just put it in and pumped like twice and left it in and just moved on.
Yep.
Just would have left her there and let it drip out.
Or
Anyway.
skeeted all over her face while she was sleeping.
Dude, she hated semen more than what I do. Just, like, didn't want it on her at all. So
You should have put it on her, dude. Like,
Oh.
you should have like rolled over and like finished and like as soon as you're about to, just like rolled over real quick and just be like, ah. I mean, she would have been extremely more upset than what she would have found you, masturbating. But
I doubt that. Moving on from that, now that I cleared that up, the next thing I want to talk about real quick is the worst episode of the show that we have ever fucking done, apparently according to the views. Episode 33. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. If you have listened to it and you hate it, make sure that you rate this show 5 stars and continue to listen, because I'm pretty sure we can get better than that shat-ass episode. So we talked about the JFK assassination. And we talked about different conspiracy theories with the JFK assassination. We also talked about 9/11, but specifically, I've seen something new about the JFK assassination, that a new theory that I had never seen before, and I actually think this theory is what happened. Out of all the theories that I've ever seen, it appears to be the most plausible theory, in my opinion. And I finally feel like, after all the researching this, I finally feel like this one is what happened. It's on Netflix. It's a documentary. It's called JFK, the Smoking Gun. Basically, it shows you all this evidence that paints a picture that JFK was accidentally shot by one of the Secret Service members. Check that out.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe it's just called JFK, the smoking gun. It's on Netflix. Speaking of unintentionally assassinating the president, that would be super fucking embarrassing because you are the worst person in the world, completely unintentional. So, Greg, tell me something embarrassing that has happened to you. I'm sure you haven't unintentionally assassinated any presidents, so it won't be as embarrassing, but give me something.
No, I haven't done anything quite that bad.
I thought he was
But,
just, I thought he was just
killed
gonna
any-
pause after no. I thought he was gonna be like, no.
No,
I
I'm
haven't
not telling
killed
you
any.
shit.
I haven't.
I think one of the more embarrassing things that ever happened to me was one time when I had
had this raging boner.
a friend over
I got a
for
funny erection
to
story.
sleep over
I had this crazy
several
erection
years
I couldn't
ago.
get rid of. So I right there
Well,
while I was in the room.
it's
Shot right on the floor beside his head.
it's close because I had him over and we were in the same room and I accidentally like had a wet dream.
Oh,
Oh,
And
that's
like I remember waking up with like this huge stain on my pants, and I was like, I looked over and he was like on the floor right across from me, and I'm like, shit, because it was like I gotta change out of these shorts and into some clean ones, and I was like, but I can't, or I'll wake him up, because I mean this was like early in the morning when the sun was already beginning to rise, so like you could actually see in the room and shit. So like if he woke up and saw, he would have been able to see the stain. And I was like, I had to lay there for
so
like
you blew a huge
for a
ass
while.
load.
Yeah, I just like I wake up and I'm like, wait a minute, pants feel sticky.
Aw.
Oh god, fucking damn it.
So what'd you end up doing?
I eventually decided to take my chances, and I slowly got out of the bed and like walked right over him, like stepped over him.
And I seen this little drip just go down in slow motion.
Oh god,
Landed
that
right
would have been
on his lip.
Flash.
that would have been hilarious. But no, I got a new pair of pants out of my drawer, and then I slowly crept out of the room and changed into the new pair of pants.
What would have been funny is if you managed to get out of the room, you're like headed to the bathroom to change, and like right outside of your room, is like one of your parents are there, and like, what's all over your pants? You'd be like, fuck!
damn it! All that work.
I spilled some ice cream.
I pissed myself. That
Peed the bed, goddammit.
doesn't smell like that.
They're
I
like-
pissed myself.
I pissed myself. I pissed the bed, damn it. And they're like, why does it smell like bleach? I got an awkward erection story. When in 8th grade, okay. One thing that sucks about being a guy.
Random boners.
Yeah, random boners. Just
Oh, God.
like just I don't get them so much anymore. Used to be horrible. Like you could be doing anything and all of a sudden your dick's just like whoop. It's like, let's do something. I'm ready to rock right now.
Party time.
Yeah, and you're like, God damn it, I'm trying to play basketball here. What the fuck? So
Doesn't work out well.
but anyway, so the Florida's standardized testing is called the FCAT. So I finish the last part of the FCAT. Our teacher, the classroom we're in, wants us to bring the when we're finished to his desk. And I finish the FCAT. All of a sudden, I get this crazy random erection. And I'm like, son of a bitch, go away. I cannot get up until this thing goes away. So nowadays, if I get a random one, as long as I'm not in public, it's easy to get rid of. I know how to do it now. You know, you just tuck it up. You tuck it up, all the blood runs out of it and into your balls, and then the erection goes away.
Yep.
If you're wearing a pair
Trust me, I know that.
if you're wearing a pair of sweats, you just tuck it in, and it just bam, there you go, done. You tuck it down, it does not work. Tuck it down, it gets harder. So, anyways, there's no way at that point in time that I could, touch my erection to maneuver it the way I wanted it to. So I was like, please just go away so that I can turn this shit in. He calls out that, we got like 5 more minutes left, and I'm like, God, come on, fucking just go away. Finally, I was freaking out because I'm like, if time runs right, everybody, bring them up or whatever. I can't just sit here. I can't hand it to somebody else and tell them to take it. I can't get up I got a rager here. Like, everyone's gonna point, everyone's gonna point and laugh. I'm gonna unintentionally poke some girl or something. I don't, or some dude. That would be even worse. And literally, like, I'm freaking losing my shit. And literally right before he's like, bring your shit up, it was like, boop, just went away. It's like, thank God, and I jumped up out of my seat like it was the
Miracle.
it was like the most exciting thing that had ever happened because I like blasted up out of my seat, and I think I scared people. I ejected from my seat so quickly.
Owner.
Tuck it up. I'll have to remember that.
Tuck it up,
She's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna do that to mine as well.
Good luck with that. I feel like
fun.
I feel painful to
You
try
gotta
to.
try everything once, That's my philosophy.
Moving on.
Everyone pause, like, to reflect.
It's like, so I'm gonna go a different direction here with my embarrassing story.
Oh, I wasn't even intending that to be my embarrassing story, but I guess that works. I was thinking of like what a vagina looks like, and I was like, how can you tuck the part that would get erect up? But that's where my mind was. Did you like lift the hood a little bit and just like take the pinky and just shove it out as far as Dale almost lost his fucking mind when
Because I pictured it. Oh, it's horrible. I didn't picture Raven doing it. I'm just saying
really
like a vagina.
bad.
Yeah, you just picture
Just a
it.
random general vagina.
Yeah.
Vaginas are so crazily different, but Dale, you ever been with a chick to where like she gets so ridiculously turned on that it's not hard to like really find the area to stimulate because it'll get like so engorged with blood that you can actually like really see it beneath the hood. It'll actually like come out.
Yep.
I'll have to look for that next time.
Well, I mean, Raven's like, yeah. I was asking Dale, but I guess you could answer too. No discrimination here.
I'll have to look for that next time.
I've only like noticed it a couple times, and only with one female, and I was like, I must be doing something correct. And then I was like,
It can't be my penis because it's too small.
oh yeah, no, I was all using manual and oral stimulation at the point in time, and
There you go.
it was like,
That's all you need.
oh, I suck at it, both of them. But as far as I know, except for I guess with her a couple times, because it was like, and I was like,
You
touch,
got a lady erection.
and I was like, I shoot to see what happens, and then she's like trying to climb up the fucking wall, and I was like, all right.
All right.
I am losing it over here. I'm going to touch you now.
I talked to
That
it.
sounds really creepy. I'm gonna touch you now.
No, see what
No,
you did is creepy.
I was down there, right? And I had like an arm slid underneath to where like I had my hands to where they were wrapped around the outside of her legs, but back onto like the inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I when I realized that, I looked up. She looked down at me because I had stopped. I looked dead in her eyes and I said, "I'm gonna touch you now."
Okay, now that sounds creepy.
Oh, God.
I just had to make that joke, but I mean, like, that was really the position I was in until I realized that, and I pulled one hand back away, and I was like, now I'm gonna use manual and oral stimulation at the same time, and I had her going crazy. So I was like, I must be doing something right. Go me! Because with guys, it's not hard to tell if you're doing something correct. With women, most difficult thing in the world.
Yep, agreed.
But what were you gonna say, Dale? You were gonna tell an embarrassing story, and I swear to God, if it starts out with I was at the ballpark once.
Well, it started out at the ballpark once. No, I'm just kidding. This one, I was actually like little. It has nothing to do with sex, obviously, since I was saying I was little. But like I didn't walk
Next.
up on anybody.
Your story sucks.
But anyways, I cried and everything. But basically, what happened was
Okay, hang on, wait, whoa, let's back up here. You're like, it has nothing to do with sex. One, I said, next, your story sucks, and you're like, hang on, no, wait, I did cry, and I'm like, hang on, wait, are you putting crying and sex together?
no.
Do you die during
You're
boning?
doing it wrong then.
No, like, when you're just making sweet, sweet love to some big hippo that you land, do you cry? Do you cry because you hate yourself, or
No.
do you cry because you can't breathe because she's crushing you?
Neither.
Oh,
I don't cry.
It was the way you said it. It sounded like you were associating them.
I'm talking about
Did
being
anybody
little.
else? Did anybody else
Yeah, it
feel that
sounded
way?
like that.
Okay. Go on.
Oh, anyways, I don't remember how old I was. I was little. It was for my aunt and uncle's. It was for a wedding, and they asked me to be in the wedding. I guess the ring bearer, whatever it was. I don't remember how old I was. Basically, it was after the rehearsal and everything like that. We were having the rehearsal dinner and whatnot, and they had they had spaghetti, which I love spaghetti, so I was like extremely excited for. I was like, yes, spaghetti. So I was waiting, and my mom and dad let me go first or whatever. So I guess I was like just jumping up and down, so ecstatic over spaghetti. And so basically, I got my plate full of spaghetti, and I'm talking like just plate full of spaghetti. And I'm sort of just walking with it, and for some random ass or not really random, but I don't know what happened.
I just straight shit my pants.
But I shat my pants. No, I didn't shit my pants. The spaghetti went sliding off of my plate and just covered this whole lady's leg. I don't know who she was, but she was wearing like a nice dress and her nice skirt and whatever, and and I cried. It was in front of everybody, and I ended up like I didn't drop the plate, but I was just like on this plate, just straight.
So why did you
tears.
cry? And did she turn around and be like, "Boy, you gonna pay for what you had done ruin? Take them pants off. You're gonna fuck me."
I was little.
And she was old. That would make me fucking cry.
She didn't say that. I dropped my spaghetti all over her, and I cried because I dropped my spaghetti. She laughed.
But I tried to relate it back to fucking somehow. I mean, that's what I'm just gonna this podcast. I'm just gonna change the description. It's let's talk about sex in some way, shape, or form. That's what it's gonna be called from here on out. Did you cry that you were embarrassed, or did you cry that you spilled the spaghetti? Like, let's be honest here.
Both.
Okay.
For both.
It's a combination.
Like at first, it was like the fact that I covered her leg, and like everybody was laughing.
You want to cover her leg,
and then I was like fucking, aha, and then so. The next time when I'm like, if I was little, I should have just dropped my plate and started like humping her leg like a dog.
Was it because you wanted to eat the spaghetti off her leg?
Yes, I wanted to slurp up all the noodles.
I thought.
He's like, you know what would make this this spaghetti even better? Some old gray bush.
Ew. You are going to hell.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It had to be about 5 or 6 years ago. I had food poisoning really bad from some bad radishes. They were older than they should have been for me to have been eating them. So.
Did you grow them yourself?
No.
That would be like the ultimate punishment. You're like, I'm going to be green and I'm going to grow my own food and be efficient. Poison yourself. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this.
No, they were actually store-bought. It was my fault anyway because they had been in the crisper for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't like bad looking and they weren't bad smelling. And I washed them and I cut off like the skin and everything. And I put them on a salad, and they were delicious. Until 12 hours later, when I was in hell. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever had food poisoning, but it's not. It's not entirely fun, right?
Not good times. I've had it.
So I think the fever had just broke.
Like a year ago. A little over a year ago, I had food poisoning for the first time in my life.
Oh, my God.
It sucked.
It sucks. So the fever had just broke, and I was getting in the shower. I was in there for maybe 5 minutes just standing there under the water, just, like, trying to not feel the pain. I noticed something different running down my leg. And I looked down, and at first glance, I thought it was blood. So I quickly, like, squat down, and I'm, like, looking around, because I thought I was bleeding. And it turns out I wasn't, and that it was coming from a different area. And the water was turning brown. And, like, at that same moment, like, I had this contraction, and my ass exploded.
Oh.
So I should not have squatted down. That was my problem. Like, I should not have squatted down. I heard it hit every wall of the shower. It was terrible. And the smell, I wanted to die. I was like, fuck this, I just want to die because this is the worst thing I've ever felt ever. So I stood there for a little while. I stood up and, like, cleaned myself off and, like, got the comet and was, like, cleaning the shower as I was in it. Just because. What else can you do? And then, like, I got out of the shower, all clean and comet fresh. And, I went to fucking bed, and I pretty much cried myself to sleep because I couldn't believe that just happened to me.
Oh,
It's
geez.
awesome.
Why? Why me?
So
I just kept thinking, I'm so glad that like I was alone and no one else was in the house at all. It's just
Good thing-
alone.
one of my favorite things in the world to do is to like shower with a significant other. It's just like so much better than like taking a regular shower, you know. So
Here we
lucky,
go.
so lucky aren't showering with a significant other.
Exactly.
Because if they were
That
like,
would've been-
you know, I'll get
That
your
would be
back.
an epic, embarrassing story.
That would be the most epic embarrassing story. If I was the one, I was like, yeah, I'll get your back. You know, I know you don't feel good, and then all of a sudden, you know, bitch just
Blah.
exploded shit all over me.
I painted you brown.
I would probably just get out of the shower and just go into the bedroom. By the time you got done commenting the
yourself in the
shower,
face.
you would come in, and instead of you'd be too busy trying to call 911 because I'd be hanging from the fucking ceiling fan in the middle of the room. With shit still all over my dick and chest
my
and
God.
fucking legs and everything.
Oh my god.
Just leave it there. Just get out and just be like.
I would the fucking imagine being the EMTs that come to that fucking shit. They'd be like, why is he covered partially like in the mid region of his body and shit hanging from the ceiling?
I would so lie and just say it's some kind of weird fetish.
So I don't know. I just found him like this. Don't
Yeah.
know.
Shower. I came out.
I don't even know
Yeah.
who he is. He must have come into my house and
They test the that their fecal matter and they find out it come from you and then you go to jail for fucking murder.
What the hell?
Did we just witness her getting killed?
I think.
I might have to take a baseball bat to my computer, and I might recommend that you guys do the same. And we'll.
Hi, Jimmy, make sure he's alright.
Okay, she's alive. She's alive. All right.
Well,
Oh, scared the shit out of me. I thought you got killed.
scared the shit out of me. I thought something, I don't know what just fucking happened. My daughter shut a window on a cat, and everyone was screaming.
Okay, all right.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Okay, cool.
Sorry
I
about
thought that you. So we were contemplating on hacking up our computers. Dale, I was gonna say, you know, you live on an island, so no shortness of water of where you could throw it after you hacked it up. Greg, throw yours into the fucking Ohio River, and me, I got a couple lakes around, so we would have that taken care of, and we would pretend that we never knew.
And I would delete you from Facebook.
So yeah, we started already making escape plans.
did I say anything? Did I scream? Because
Yeah.
You sounded like you just got straight.
Yeah, it was like a commotion with like a yell at the same time, like you were just sitting there talking, all of a sudden you got like attacked from behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You like didn't see it coming, and you got like pulled away from the computer at that, you know, something like that.
I just remember standing up and throwing my headset down and running into the living room because there were cats running in every direction because I have that many cats.
Right.
And the kid was just sitting on the couch like, I don't know what just happened.
So yeah. But anyway, here's a random fact for you. I'm sure Greg probably already knows this, but in the movie Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Anyways, in Psycho, first movie ever to show a toilet. And for the blood in the shower scene, they used chocolate syrup.
because it was in black and white, so you know.
So when you talked about seeing the water turning brown and yeah, everything, it made me think of Psycho with the chocolate syrup that they used. And that does it for another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts.
Greg.
Dale.
And Raven.
Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, or Spreaker. Donate to us on Pay. And yeah, exciting news to come soon. Maybe. That's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Probably not as much as what Raven has enjoyed the bottle of wine.
I love everybody.
Okay.
I
Hopefully
want
you've
to see her get like wasted, like blackout.
in person blackout wasted? Are you insinuating
in
that you
general.
want to do that because you want to take advantage of her?
Ooh, silence.
I
What?
like that. What? Okay. I hope everybody's enjoyed this episode, and later, fellas.